Hey guys, Megan here. I just wanted to share something with you, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but like the rest of my journey, I'm just gonna give it to you real. When I was overweight, it seemed like no one ever noticed me. The only time people would look at me is if they didn't think I saw them looking at them, and they were usually looking at my size. If I made eye contact with them, they'd look away real quick, like they'd been caught doing something wrong. So for a good portion of my life, most of the people who actually looked at me were unknowingly projecting shame on me, because nobody wanted to get caught staring at the fat girl. Nobody wanted to be caught just checking out the fat girl and seeing just how big I really was. Nobody really just looks at you at all, because I guess they think it's rude, or they don't want to get caught staring, because that is rude, to just stare at people without talking to them. But nobody ever talked to me really, unless they knew me, or it was introduction. So for a long time, I just did the most ridiculous things to be seen. I did the most ridiculous things just to see what I could get away with without people actually noticing me or seeing me or admitting that they saw me, or even acknowledging my existence, really, which is kind of sad. Just because somebody is larger, you don't have to just completely ignore them. Say hi. They are a person too. I am the exact same person I was when I weighed 420 pounds, and people talk to me all the time. People say nice things to me. People ask me to help them in the grocery stores. Just the other day, a girl asked me if I could get something off the shelf for her. It was the first time. So, I'm 5'8", and she was probably about 5'2". So it was no problem at all. And I loved that she asked me to do it, but I'd never been asked to do something for somebody in the grocery store before when I was larger. And it really stands out to me, how much we ignore the obese people in our society now that I'm no longer an obese person. And I realize how much more people talk to me, how much more people interact with me, how much more I am actually seen as a person. Whereas before, I didn't feel like anybody ever saw me. I remember one time at the fair, it started raining, and I just went out in the rain just to stand in the rain and see if anybody noticed me. Nothing. I could have danced in the streets, and I don't think anybody really would have acknowledged my existence, because they just don't. So just a friendly reminder for people out there. It's not polite to stare, but it's not polite to ignore either. Obviously, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I'm sure there's something nice you can say to people. Even if they don't look like there's somebody who has a lot in common with you. You don't know. People make a lot of assumptions about me now. I can't imagine the things they assumed about me when I was overweight. I can't imagine the things they assumed about me when I was obese. I can't imagine the things they assumed about me when I was super morbidly obese. So just remember that. Every person on this planet is a person. We all have feelings. We all have emotions. We all deserve to be acknowledged that we are alive. Obviously, I don't want anybody to be unhealthy and unhappy. I don't want somebody to feel like they have to change to have friends. But I do want people to be aware of their choices and know that it's up to them. If they want to start making changes to get to a healthier and happier lifestyle, they're more than welcome to join me on my journey. They're more than welcome to reach out to me, because I know what it's like to feel alone. I know exactly what it feels like to believe that you're unloved and you're unworthy to have friends just because of your size. So I'm not saying anybody this is going to change anyone's decision about whether they want to stay fat or not or anything like that. I'm just letting you know, there is a societal difference. There is consequences to our choices. There is things that happen to us based off of the choices we make. We can continue to choose to just be ignored. We can continue to ignore those that are different than us. Those are all choices we get to make. And it's going to impact the way we spend our lives. It's going to impact the people you get to know. It's going to impact everything. Your choices in life matter. So just be aware, be more self-aware of what are your choices really leading you to? What are your choices saying about you? If you're that person who immediately looks away from the person on the cart in the grocery store, what does it say about you as a person? If you're that person who only hangs out with friends that only do the things that you like to do, what does that say about you? If you're the type of person who ignores people because they don't look like you, what does it say about you? What are you missing out on your life because you're limiting yourself? I truly believe we all have it within us to find a happy and healthy lifestyle if we work for it. You have to work for it though. You have to find that good balance that works for you. Maybe you're not going to be happy at 150 pounds, but you might be happy at 180 pounds. There is a good balance. You don't have to think completely one way or the other. You can balance things out. Find what works for you. And just remember, your choices matter, including who you talk to, who you look at. They all matter. They all impact somebody. They all impact you in the long run. If you're choosing not to network with a certain type of people because you don't really like them because they're fat, you're missing out on a lot of good people. You would have been missing out on a good portion of my life because for most of my life, a lot of people ignored me. And now I have 500,000 followers on TikTok who are following me. I'm not sure why, but other than the fact that I lost weight. Like that, it literally, that just, it blows my mind continually. Like what a difference just losing 240 pounds can do in your life. Not only for my health and my happiness, but like for all of the people who now want to be a part of my life, all of the people who used to ignore me and look away from me now are following me, trying to get tips from me. And it blows my mind how crazy society is. You go from ignoring someone to wanting to friend request them and follow them and get tips from them, all because they changed their choices. Like, I didn't change as a person. I didn't get more interesting. All I did was start changing my own choices. And then that invited other people to want to figure out what was going on in my life that made me so happy. And really, the secret to being happy is doing what makes you happy and not caring what other people think. Not caring that society has ignored you for most of your life. Not caring that nobody wanted to date you and everybody thought you were a single mom who was just good for fun and never actually took time to get to know you on a personal level. Like, that's just insane to me. Completely blows my mind on a daily basis how much my life has changed just because I chose to start loving myself and living my life for what I wanted to do. If I would have listened to society, they would have told me I was nothing. I was worthless. I didn't exist. So why should I try when I didn't exist to a world that doesn't accept fat people? That didn't work. I had to find it in myself and want to do it for me. I had to make a change for myself, not for other people, for me. So please, you are a person, no matter your size. You are loved, no matter your size, by somebody out there. But what you choose to do with your life is on you. Those choices have to be made for you, not for others. You can't want to lose weight to be seen by others. You can lose weight for yourself because you want to be happy and healthy. But if you're losing weight to impress society or get more friends or followers, that's not going to work long term. And you have to do it for you. Don't try and do it for anyone else.